Welcome to OneCore in Dynamics 365. Today I'm going to take you through the OneCore product from the onboarding process to the billing engine, showing you some of the functionalities along the way. To get us started, let's start at the onboarding process. So we'll navigate to our OneCore module within Dynamics 365. I'll come in, go to origination, then to our origination wizard. So we start from the customer. We have three options on the customer. We have one, we've got the returning customer, and they would like to create a new contract with us. From here we can select the customer's account from the drop down menu. Two, we have a customer that didn't complete his or her application and they would like to complete the application now. For that we'll go to application search, drop down menu, and select the application that was created. Or three, we have a new customer that we would like to sign up for a contract. To do this, we'll start on the type. Is this going to be a personal organization? Then we can capture some of their details. So we can have their ID number or social security number. We can capture their first name, their last name. You can even get some of their contact details and their email. Once we capture all these details, we can move on to our next screen. Now we've got our risk assessment screen. So what you see in front of you is a configurable fields. They are very flexible. For example, they can have sex, age, income, etc. It's not just what you see on the screen, being that of Empirica, Beacon, Delphi, behavioral income. These fields can also be alphanumeric or Boolean, depending on what you would like. So our customer scored 350 for the Empirica, 350 for the Beacon, and 350 for the Delphi. So according to what values are entered into our risk assessment, the rule set will work out what products are available to the customer. As you can see, we have been given a list of what products are available for this customer, and the customer will need to select one. Our customer then would like to choose the 10-year agricultural loan. We'll click on it and click next. Over here we got our loan products information. A lot of these fields have been defaulted from the product setup. So as you can see from our starts from the top, we got our risk adjusted facility. This is according to what our scores were entered. This is the facility that we're going to offer the customer. Below we got our min max values. As you can see, the minimum is 500,000, the maximum is 4 million. So even though there's 4 million is the maximum for this product, we're only affording this customer a 3 million loan. Then we get to our facility value, and this is what the customer would like to draw for that loan, being the max of 3 million. Let's say the customer would actually like 3.5 million. There's a validation saying that this cannot continue and he has to go within the parameters. So the customer would like to settle just on 3 million. From there we can set up the recurrence for our recoupment or expected installment. So for that, first we have to choose our periodicity. So as you can see, what's been defaulted on the product. For this product we can have semi-annually, monthly, or annually. For this instance we'll just take monthly. Once we selected monthly, we can go back up to our recurrence. So we can say we'd like our recurrence to start as of today, and the recurrence pattern will be in a month, and it will be on the 25th of every month. Schedule type, this is fixed, but it can be set up to be flexible depending on what the product has been set up with. So it can be a staggered payments or a total linear payments. For this, it's just allowing just a linear total payment. The next, we can also do our annuity type. Is it going to be in arrears or in advance? The customer will like it in arrears. Then the payment method options, we got the check or electronic. This can also again be set up and defaulted to the product. There can be many more options over here. For now we'll just choose electronic. Then we can move on to our repayment terms. So we say in the loan duration, the min is 120 months that he can pay this loan back in, or the max 144. The customer would like to take the maximum periods to repay this loan of 144. We capture that now. Now we can move on to our next screen. Now we've got our loan structure. As you can see, all the fields are being grayed out except for the one of multi-disbursements. The reason for this is that we set up on the contract, on the product, to say that a multi-disbursement is allowed for this product. This can be offered to the customer, and if the customer likes it, we can click yes, that the multiple disbursements will be available for this contract. We can remove all the fields. Then we can say we can look at our payment schedule. If we click on calculate lines, the system will work out the payment schedule. So as you can see here on the second last column, you've got the expected installment or the recoupment amount for the customer, which is $69,230.36. We had an agreement with this customer that we said for the first 3 periods, no expected installment will need to be made as he's getting up on his feet and needs to create an income from his farm. So we can say for the first, second, and the third, no expected payments is due there. So we can recalculate. And as now you can see in our second last column, the expected installment has adjusted now as we haven't taken the first 3 months into account. We can also say that after 1 year, he expects to add additional $200,000 to the payment. So we can calculate those lines, and again we can see the expected installments adjusted on the second last column. But for this instance, we're just going to leave it basic and say the payments are going to be due for every period. The customer's happy with this, and we'll go move on to our second last step. Now what you see is the customer setup. Since this is a new customer, we need to set up this customer to capture some of the details that need to be set up for the sales ledger. So the first field, we've got our customer group. Then we need our terms of payment. We can put in the address. He stays in Rio, which is in Brazil. His postcode is. We'd also need some bank details from him for his electronic payments. So we'll capture his HSBC. This is a check account. Gives us the bank account number and then his IBAN. And we can click next. So from here is just a review of the application. So we can see the application ID, all the details that we've captured, plus the payment schedule. We can also attach documents that are necessary for this application. So let's say identification documents or bank statements will be needed. We can attach that. We can save it, and as you can see, it has been uploaded. We can also print out the application quotation. This is for him to review. Once he's reviewed, we can sign it and then also attach it to the applications for our loan manager to review before approving this application. If everything has been attached and all the documents are in order, we can click the process to finish. As you can see now, our application has been submitted for approval. So if we go navigate, we can go and view our application. And you can see that the status at the bottom is pending. You can also notice that there is no customer accounts in this column, or the contract number has not been created as the status is pending. The loan officer or manager can go and review the details of this application, make sure everything is in order. They can also review the attachments, the bank statement. If everything is in order and the loan manager is happy, we can go on and approve this. As you can see now, a customer account has been created, as well as a contract number. We can either navigate on the sidebar to our contract, or we can just click on the contract number here to go to it. So this is our contract. We've got all our different tabs in it, but let's just start off with the disbursement, as the customer would like $1 million now to start the farming, and as it's the start of the season. So we can go and disperse $1 million for him at this moment. You can disperse that. If we scroll down now to our transaction history, you can see there's a very few transactions on this contract. As you can see, we got the disbursements, which we did now. Then we also got an initiation fee for the contract, and then we got a credit life fee. This disbursement has not been transferred to our ledger yet. So what will need to happen is we'll need to post our contract lines, which will be done in a batch process. From here, a file will be made for the customer with a vendor link, which will create on the payment file where we can release funds to this customer. For now, I'm just going to go through the billing process and not go into too much detail for that. So for that, let's go to our billing. What we have is a simulator. The simulator is just being used for demo processes. For a normal day-to-day of business activity, this will be put on a batch process as well, where it will be run hourly, daily, weekly, depending on the requirements. So we can go and look for our contract number. We say we want to run it for a charge job, and we want to run it for the end of the month. We can click process. So as you can see now, we got our interest that has been raised, plus another credit life fee for this specific contract. If we can scroll down, we can actually see the charger model, prices, and holidays. So these charger models and prices are defaulted from the product itself. So we got an initiation fee, and you can see this is triggered by an event, and that event is activation. So once this contract becomes activated, this initiation fee will be added to the transactions. And you can see this price is linked to the charges. So here's our initiation fee that's added to this event. The same for the service fee, our interest, and our credit life. They all have either a fixed or calculation that sits behind the charge. We go further down, what we have is also our holiday setup or indumpler. What this is saying that a customer, for some reason, they've run into difficult times, they've requested that can they miss a charges or the expected installment for a certain period. So what we can do is say, okay, for this we'll raise a charge, and for this occurrence being once, twice, 3 times, or for this period, we're not going to raise those charges on this customer's contract. So as you see now, we have raised our interest on this contract. Now we'd like to raise our expected installments or recoupment. Again, this will need to be done through the simulator, but otherwise it'll be done on a batch process that will be set up on configuration. So we say we want to run it for recoupment, and also would like to run it for the end of the month. Let's go to our contract. And over here you can see our expected installment, an amount that is expected to be paid for this contract ledger. Just one more other thing is, now you see this column over here called posted. This is where once ticked, it says it's posted from the subledger to the ledger, meaning that it will actually show up on the trial balance. When running it for the expected installment, it also creates an invoice on the customer side where a payment will need to be settled or a payment proposal can be raised, and this will all be done using standard Dynamics 365 functionality. For now, this demo has come to an end. Please review one of the many other videos available showing you more of the OneCore product. Thank you.